Hey guys, welcome back. So this video is going to be about all the news that we got this month, in the month of June, and I figured I'd maybe give my own opinions on what I thought was the coolest and most important parts of this month. We got a lot of information from both the June 2nd info dump that they released and E3 as well. So we got a lot of cool stuff going on this month and news coming up in the next month. So I figured I'd get my own thoughts out on video. So I'm going to be focusing on some of the stuff that I think is the most important. There's probably some stuff that I'm going to miss that you might think is important, but these are the things that I think are the coolest. So let's get started, alright? So let's start with the brand new Pokemon. We got 5 of them. I already covered the Iwanko and Nekawala in another video, so be sure to check that out. I'll provide a link in the description. But at E3, we actually got 3 other brand new Pokemon, and in general, I'm loving every Pokemon that we've gotten from this new generation. First, let's start with Yungoos, which honestly is my favorite. It has the ability Stakeout, which basically causes its attacks to do double the damage on Pokemon entering mid-battle. And we just got information from another show of the demo, and it apparently has 1 evolution. The next Pokemon that's on my list that I love is Pikipek. We actually got to see Pikipek in the original announcement trailer for Sun and Moon, and I gotta say, I actually really like Pikipek a lot. It's probably maybe my favorite base flying normal type Pokemon that we've got for the starting routes. I just love its design, and I can't wait to see what it evolves into. It's got 2 evolutions, so hopefully those can do it justice. Finally, we got Grubbin. The first 2 Pokemon, Yungoos and Pikipek, we actually got to see in the demo at E3, but they never actually ran into Grubbin in the demo, which they did end up doing in the demo that just happened this past weekend. And the information that we got on Grubbin is it basically has 2 evolutions, and it's a bug type, and in its description, it basically alludes to it possibly becoming a bug electric type due to it being around substations and power plants. So hopefully maybe we can get a little bit more information on its evolution soon. I'm willing to bet that it'll evolve into a bug electric type, and I actually kind of hope it does, because I want to say the only 2 Pokemon that have those typings are Galvantula and its pre-evolution Joltik. So I think that could be really cool. Finally, as far as Pokemon go, we got a little bit more information on Magearna. Magearna was revealed back in February, but we didn't really have much information on it, and all we really had to go on was what we were seeing in the movie. And one thing that they kept referencing in the movie that nobody really totally knew anything about was the Soul Heart, which now we know is Magearna's ability. And it basically ups its special attack by 1 every time a Pokemon faints when it's on the field. And we don't know whether it's only for your Pokemon that faint, or whether it's just any Pokemon. But it's basically, what they say is Magearna has a strong bond with all the Pokemon around it, and when it feels their pain and they faint, it kind of pumps itself up so it can do better and kind of help them out. Next up, we got the Battle Royale mode. This is basically something that people have been asking for forever, and they've been doing makeshift versions of them in the 2-on-2 battle with 4 players. But now we have basically a real version. So basically what happens is it's 4 players, each with 3 Pokemon, and the battle ends when 1 trainer's Pokemon are all gone. And the players are then ranked by how well they did in the battle, like how many Pokemon you took out or how many Pokemon you have left. So that could be really cool. One thing that I think is interesting to note is that there is a building on one of the islands that kind of looks suspiciously like it could match the building that you do these battles in. So maybe it's something where, like contests where you can go to a physical place and do some offline battles like that, but then if you really wanted to, you could do some online battles as opposed to it being like totally up in the air, like battling like Battle Spot. Finally, I'd like to wrap up with some just random thoughts on the footage that we saw and look at some of the interesting things that I thought we got from the footage. So first off, something I found very interesting is that the player actually walks differently based where they traverse. So when he goes through tall grass, he's kind of wading through it, and when he's going up a hill, it almost looks like he's struggling. So I find that interesting because in the other games, it almost made no difference what you were doing unless it was a full-on action thing. So I find that the little nuances and changes that they made to the main character's player model is actually kind of welcome, and it adds a little bit more to the world. So next, let's talk about the camera angles. In both the battles and the overworld, it's super dynamic. There's different ways of looking at objects and the players and the Pokemon, and it moves around a lot more than in the other games. And even from just them playing it once, we got to see that the camera actually moves around quicker than it did before, so it's not just here's a stale shot of your Pokemon and then the opponent Pokemon. It moves around, you get to see the backs of them, and you even get to see the trainers do little movements and kind of look like they're thinking and shout directions to their Pokemon. As far as the battle user interface goes, it's actually changed quite a bit. The fight icon is now all the way to the right, and the bag and Pokemon icons are now all the way to the left. The run icon is still at the bottom, though. What takes up the middle part of the screen is two sprites, your Pokemon and the opponent Pokemon. Those allow you to basically look at how attacks affect your Pokemon and the Pokemon that you're attacking, and it allows you to better strategize what's going on. One thing that I actually found very interesting and super useful is that now there's a hotkey for the Pokeball, so now you don't have to go through your menus, find it, and then have to go through them multiple times if you need to throw more than one Pokeball out it during any given battle. So that's super useful. So that's the Y button, it seems. And you can also tap on the screen to get to that menu. Another interesting thing that involves battles is that now it seems that you're kind of warned when you're going to be entering a trainer battle, because now it has little shadows coming up on you, and the music seems to get more intense when you approach their sight of line. So I guess that's good for when maybe you're not in great shape and you want to just kind of skirt around them and see if you can not battle them. So it's good warning. I'm not sure if I like having it all the time, but I guess it's the type of thing that unless you play it yourself, you don't really get the feeling. Another thing that I love is that now all non-player characters have 3D models, including those that are just, oh, it's a lass on the road. And I guess this is part of their wanting to put the trainers in the battles so that you can see them in the background. And I actually really like this because it adds a lot of character to the battles rather than just here's your Pokemon in the middle of this weird circle, and it almost seems more simulated in the old games than actually having battles. So it's kind of cool having both trainers watching their Pokemon do these attacks and reacting to them. One quick thing that we actually got to see in the demo during the battle with Hau is that Popplio learns Disarming Voice, and a lot of people are thinking that maybe this means that Popplio will get the fairy typing. I'm not so sure. I think it's probably just because sea lions bark, and it's more of a theme on its actual design rather than what it's going to be type-wise. So that's the core news that we got from the month of June. We're supposed to get some news on July 1st, which actually, as of this video being posted, some new Pokemon came out, which I think were supposed to come out then, so I guess we'll find out. So I'm gonna maybe do a video on that, hopefully not as late as this one was, but I guess we'll see what comes out officially, and we'll see what else comes out on July 1st. So I'll see you guys later, hopefully in a new video. Bye!